hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another video. This is my 2025 book awards. I think it's the 4th one I've done. I think so. And yeah, it's just my awards for different categories. Sorry, also I've been really emotional, so my eyes are quite glazed over. Oh my god, I'm a mess. I shouldn't really be filming this now, but I need to get these books back in the place they're supposed to be, so we're doing it now. Anyway, there's 24 awards, which I think is more than there was last year. I'm not 100% sure. Like last year, a book will win it if it wins it. Like, there's no limit to how many they can win. The first book to have gotten 3 awards was Somebody More Than Nesting by John Wiswell last year, and let's see if any others will match it or top it for 3 awards in one award show. Oh my god, let's just start because this isn't go good. Anyways, the first award is for the most impactful read, and the nominees are Women's Battles and Transformations by Edouard Louis, translated from French by Tash Al. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. The Secret Life of Albert Entwistle by Matt Cain, and Reservoir Bitches by Dalia de la Carrera, translated from Spanish by Heather Cleary and Julia Sanchez. And the winner is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. Yeah, this one was just really impactful. It's an incredible read. Well, I'm not going to be doing too much talking about the book or reviewing it or anything. It's just kind of maybe about why it won the award or something. But like, nearly every page in here has something underlined, starred. You can learn from every single page. It's an exceptional book, and really impacted me. Like, vital reading, necessary. Everybody needs to read this book. So congratulations, you won the first award. Now we go on to number 2, which is, oh, that's such a mess. A not very good award to get, but one nonetheless, and it is the most disappointing read. And the nominees are The Premonition by Banana Yoshimoto. I believe it's translated from Japanese by Issa Yanida, but I'm not 100% sure because I've unhauled the book. Night Sky of Exquisite Wounds by Ocean Vuong, his poetry collection. Cassandra by Krista Wolf, translated from German by Jack Van Herrick. And The Night Guest by Hilda Knotstadter, translated from Icelandic by Mary Robinet Kowal. And the winner of the most disappointing read is Night Sky of Exquisite Wounds by Ocean Vuong. The reason being is that I couldn't really understand a lot of it. I had really high hopes after loving On Earth We Breathe Is Gorgeous in 2024, so I thought it was going to be amazing. Some are good, some I just couldn't really understand, and that's why it disappointed me. So yeah, sorry. Now we have kind of the opposite, ones that surprised me, and the nominees are Take My Voice by Sarang Chung, translated from Korean by Anton Her, Victorian Psycho by Virginia Fetto, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, and The Comfort Food Cafe by Debbie Johnson. Just because, well, Comfort Food Cafe is sort of like a straight romance. I wasn't really particularly enjoy it as much as I did, but I really loved the sense of community in the book. The Take My Voice just is very slim and sort of like dystopia, but it did really impact me to where I did really enjoy it. I had held its own for being so short. And Victorian Psycho because it was just so like strange and really engrossed in. I was just like, I didn't like the main character, but I loved her, if that makes sense. But the winner does go to The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I just felt like the first 40% despised, hated. I really just horrible book. It was just fat phobia and just like hating the main, like the woman there, and just like things, and being so obsessed with the husband and being like, he's so handsome, he's so handsome, he's so handsome. I'm just like, I do not care. But then part 2 comes in, and I was sat in my bed, just finish reading the book, and it was really entertaining. It's not perfect by any means. It does have lots of issues. I didn't love it, but it was fun to read. I did enjoy it for that. So yeah, that's the winner of the most surprising read. Congratulations. So my god, my eyes are so glazed over. Sorry, I'm just really emotional at the moment. I'm just like quite low energy, but I'm trying to get this done and maybe it'll make me feel happy. I don't know, but anyway, the fourth award is for the most unique form, and this is a new one. Quite a few are new just because I had to sort of change things around. This one I've split from unique to most unique form and most unique story, and the nominees are Strange Houses by Yuketsu, translated from Japanese by Jim Ryan; Strange Pictures by Yuketsu, translated from Japanese by Jim Ryan; A Heart for Christmas by Sophie Germain, translated from French by Joe Nicole Garden, if I remember that correctly, I think so. And Joe Lycett's Art Hole by Joe Lycett. And the reason they're unique is this is sort of like an art book where there's like pictures, but there's also like the story that goes along with how we created the picture and sort of footnotes and stuff. And it's just so much fun, like different like sections and stuff. Yeah, that's why that's unique form. This one is because you open up a chapter each day of December leading up to Christmas Eve. The story isn't particularly, it's just like a generic-ish YA romance, but considering it's every single day and the way you open it up, I feel like the form is quite unique. Strange Pictures is because like there's like pictures in it and they all lead to something like, don't want to show that, something sinister going on, but then also interspersed our actual like the story. Can I find another picture page like there? Yeah, that's why that's unique. And then Strange Houses has like floor plans, and then how they also lead to sinister going ons. And the winner for the most unique form is Strange Pictures by Yuketsu, just because this was before this one and I just really thoroughly enjoyed the way it went along, and like how the pictures added together and all like the finding out things and stuff like that. I just thought it was just really entertaining and I loved it, to be honest. So congratulations. Now for the most unique story, and the nominees are I Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman, translated from French by Rod Schwartz; History of Violence by Edouard Louis, translated from French by Lauren Stein; Clear by Karis Davies; and The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This is like very imaginative and like the way it goes along, and yeah, enjoyed it. Sort of how it deals with like language and different people from like that don't speak the same language trying to communicate together, and yeah, just sort of like this setting and stuff. About these like women in this like underground cage, and they come out and then try to like create their own society in a sense, and the way it goes along is just like very unique. But the winner is History of Violence by Edouard Louis, just because it's such a like layered, complex way of telling the story. A little bit difficult to fully understand when you get into it, well, when you're starting, but when you get into it, a lot of it is just sort of like him telling his own story of this assault that happened to him, but then he's overhearing his sister retelling the account to her husband whilst he's in a different room and she thinks he's like sleeping, and then in brackets he's adding to her recollections, or correcting them, and like telling it that way as well, which I felt was like really unique, and it definitely does a lot with this book, and I think a worthy winner of the most unique story, so congratulations. Award number 6 is for the funniest read, and the nominees are Secret Life of Albert Entwistle by Matt Cain, The World According to Kunk by Philomena Kunk or Diane Morgan, Victorian Psycho by Virginia Fetto, yeah, I was supposed to say translated, but it's not, and Joe Lycett's Art Hole by Joe Lycett, and the winner is Joe Lycett's Art Hole by Joe Lycett. Yeah, like I showed you before, some of like the pictures with like the story, and I just thought it was so much fun, so wacky, wild, strange. Like this man, just like his brain is just, yeah, and just the way it's compiled, and just like the stories are just so funny and so weird, and yeah, I really loved it. So worthy winner. Then we have the saddest read, and that's a bit more apt to how I'm currently feeling. And the nominees are also Secret Life of Albert Entwistle by Matt Cain. He does both. He does both in every single book, crying and laughing like every like sentence near enough. Then is End of Eddie by Edouard Louis, translated from French by Michael Lucy. Elena Knows by Claudio Pinheiro, translated from Spanish by Francis Riddle, and The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. And the winner of the saddest read is The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. Really, really well done. Didn't wholly love the writing or the way it's plotted, but still it's done amazingly. But it is very heartbreaking and very, very sad. But or maybe more so also with these as well, but yeah, this I think is the winner. Then we have quite an arbitrary award, and it is for the ugliest cover, and the nominees are Mayfly by CJ Lead, I believe, Ecstasy by Alex Dimitrov, I think, Death at Intervals by Jose Saramago, translated by Margaret Jolcosra, I believe, and The Ballad of Redingow by Oscar Wilde, and the winner is Mayfly by CJ Lead. I think I'm saying the name right. I don't like the cover, I think it's quite ugly, but what's even more egregious is that the US one looks like this, and that is so much better. I can't have two at the same time, but yeah, Mayfly, winner of the ugliest cover, take it if you want it, and goodbye. Also quite arbitrary is the prettiest cover, and the nominees are Joe Lyce's Art Hole. Yeah, it just like, it brings me joy whenever I see this, and I just laugh every time. I think it's just so fun. Prima Facie by Susie Miller, The Leather Boys by Gillian Freeman. Yeah, I think it's muted, but it's impactful. And My Favourite by Sarah Jolien Fidel, translated from French by Holly James. I think it's just like very like solitude-y, like it just, yeah, it's peaceful looking. But the winner is Prima Facie by Susie Miller. I don't particularly like people on covers, but I just think the way this is done with like the color scheme and like the merging of the two like faces is just done so well, and like the meaning of it from the two sort of part acts kind of the play, and like why one's like composed and the other's not, and yeah, I think it's beautiful and I loved it, so congratulations. Award number 10 is for the Best Adult Contemporary, and the nominees are Assembly by Natasha Brown, Soldier Sailor by Claire Kilroy, At Certain Points We Touch by Lauren John Joseph, and The Secret Life of Albert Entwistle by Matt Cain. Some parts are historical, but the winner is Secret Life of Albert Entwistle by Matt Cain. I just really loved it. I really, really loved it. Yeah, definitely the best contemporary, and one of my favourite books. Incredible read. On the flip side, the best historical book is Nova Scotia House by Charlie Porter, I think. I do have it physically. I have no idea where it is though. The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. The Betrayal of Thomas Tree by AJ West. I love this edition. And Neon Roses by Rachel Dawson. And the winner is Neon Roses by Rachel Dawson. 80s references. Exquisite. Love the characters. Really, really good story. Just so much fun. Kind of a little bit sad sometimes, but just absolutely loved this book. Congratulations for the best historical. The next award is for the best fantasy or sci-fi read, and the nominees are Take My Voice by Sarang Chung, A Psalm for the Wild Build by Becky Chambers, The Handmaid's Tale graphic novel by Margaret Atwood and adapted by Renee Nout, and Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, and the winner for the best fantasy sci-fi book is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. So well adapted by Renee Nout, and it's sort of like the red just like shines so much, all the plot points covered, and yeah, I really, really enjoyed it, so congratulations. Then with the best horror thriller, and the nominees are Strange Pictures by Yuketsu, The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, The Midnight Club by Christopher Pike, and Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. And the winner for the best horror thriller is Strange Pictures by Yuketsu. I think just like it keeps you on the hook, keeps you keep reading, and I just really love the way it was done. Really entertaining, and yeah, so fast paced. And overall, I thought it was just such an entertaining read. Then with the best classic, and the nominees are Passing by Nella Larson, The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou, and The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. And the winner for the best classic is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. I think it's the most modern of these, I believe. It was still produced in the 80s. I think it's like a modern classic and it counts. And it is non-fiction as well. But it was just so good. Next award is for the best non-fiction. And I put Joe Art Hell on here because it's like an art book. But now I'm thinking it is like fictionalized because of like the fact that all these stories are not true in the slightest. But I mean, I'm not changing it all now. It's a nominee. A Woman's Battle and Transformations by Edouard Louis, I Know Where the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou, and The Five by Hallie Rubenhold. And the winner, once again, for the best non-fiction, as well as the best classic and the most impactful, is I Know Where the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. So you joint 3 awards with Someone Who Called a Nest In. Congratulations, the highest so far tonight. And yeah, incredible read, and I recommend it to literally everybody. Then is the best YA/children/middle grade book. I didn't really read that many last year, but these are the nominees. The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang, The Midnight Club by Christopher Pike, D by Mikkel Faber, and Jim's Spectacular Christmas by Emma Thompson. And the winner is The Midnight Club by Christopher Pike. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. YA book, sort of, yeah, just hold me, move for quite emotional at times. Maybe not the most horror as what is like said, but still entertaining, like the characters, and would so recommend it. Now we have the best non-novel, and this includes like poetry, plays, essays, etc. and stuff like that. And the nominees are Night Sky with Exit Wounds by Ocean Vuong, The Ballad of Reddingau by Oscar Wilde. This is poetry, a poem. Prima Facie by Susie Miller, a play. And 300,000 Kisses by artwork by Luke Edward Hall and written by Sean Hewitt. This is like retellings of queer love from the ancient world, sort of like poetry and other things like that. And the winner is Prima Facie by Susie Miller. I thought it was an exceptionally well done play, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. Like, impactful and sort of like a call to arms to change certain systems that within like the government and like justice reform and stuff. I thought it was done really well in that, so congratulations. Then we have the best short story collection, and the nominees are Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado, She's Always Hungry by Eliza Clark, and Peace and Quiet and Other Stories by Elliot Miles Emery. And the final nominee is Reservoir Bitches by Dalia de la Carrera, and the winner is Reservoir Bitches. I just thought it was just really good. I love the writing style, how sort of like informal it feels, like these characters are talking to just like you, like they're friends or something. Like, it really takes away the barrier of you're reading a book, and they all sort of like come together in the final story, but like a call to arms to talk about and create change and reduce like the number of femicides and violence against women within contemporary Mexico. And yeah, I thought it was just done so well. So hugely recommend giving that book a read. Then we have the best graphic novel / manga, and the nominees are Black Paradox by Junji Ito, translated from Japanese by, I always like to say, Jocelyn Allen. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, adapted by Renee Naut. The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang, and Surrogates by, it's like Brett Weldy and someone else, sorry. I've since unhauled it and gave it to my sister. I did enjoy it, but I just didn't feel the need to keep it. And the winner for the best graphic novel or manga book is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, adapted by Renee Naut. Yeah, just so well adapted, all the plot points considered and done well, and I just really loved, like, just, I keep saying it, but like how the red shines through in this book is just like really like catches your eye, and I think it's a really great way of reading a story. I wouldn't recommend it over the actual novel, but still, if it's a bit more accessible for some people, then would say recommend it, because I think the story is just incredible. So congratulations on your second win of the night. The 20th award is for the best translated work, and the nominees are My Favourite by Sarah Joly and Fidel, translated from French by Holly James. The End of Eddie by Edouard Louis, translated from French by Michael Lucy. A Woman's Battle and Transformations by Edouard Louis, again translated from French by Tasha Au. And The Details by Aya Genberg, translated from Swedish by Kira Josephson. And the winner is about A Woman's Battle and Transformations. Really enjoyed this book. So much is like underlined and starred. I think it's so well written, and yeah, quite upsetting at times, but very impactful. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, so congratulations on a win. And then for the best writing, coming up again is A Woman's Battles and Transformations, Edouard Louis, translated from French by Tasha Au. His Brother by Philippe Besson, translated from French by Frank Wynne. At Certain Points We Touch by Lauren John Joseph. And I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. And the winner is At Certain Points We Touch by Lauren John Joseph. So well written. Maybe like a little bit like dense, like it is quite dense. It was a little bit long for like a literary book, and how sort of like dense and literary it actually is, but still really incredibly well written. Says so much, deals with a lot of themes, and the writing, I think it's just how the author writes. It's not like trying to be pretentious or anything like that. I think it's just the way they write, and I really enjoyed that sort of writing. So yeah, a little dense at times, like I did say, so I didn't love it, but still really amazing book. A new award is for the best new to me author, or like, you know, book from that author, I guess. And the nominees are The Betrayal of Thomas True by AJ West, Neon Roses by Rachel Dawson, Strange Pictures by Yuketsu. I did end up reading his second one, and I'm going to very much likely get the third book, Strange Buildings, when it comes out on publication day. And I picked up the wrong book, sorry. Where have you gone? 1 second. Prima Facie by Susie Miller, and the winner for the best new to me author is Rachel Dawson with her book Neon Roses. Really loved it, so recommend. So congratulations on a second win of the night. Then we have the worst awards to get, but it's an award nonetheless, and it is for the worst read, and the nominees are Went to Rumours Post by Hannah Beveridge, translated from Dutch by Emma Rout. Not One Day by Anna Garetta, translated from French by Emma Ramadan and Anna Garetta. Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay, and Brat by Gabriel Smith. And the winner is Brat by Gabriel Smith. Don't want to talk about this book anymore. I hated it. I thought it was crap. And you get an award for the worst book. Thank me for it. Then to close out the night with the best book of 2025, the award for that category. And the nominees are Neon Roses by Rachel Dawson, The Secret Life of Albert and Twistle by Matt Kane, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou, and A Woman's Battles and Transformations by Edouard Louis. And the winner is Secret Life of Albert and Twistle by Matt Kane. For the 3rd year in a row, he has given me my favourite book of the year. I just loved it. I loved it so much. His characters and the story and the setting and just like everything is just done so well. Yeah, I just love his book so much. So huge congratulations for the best book of the year. However, we have a joint winner with 3 awards given to Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. This one I recommend to everyone. I think I recommend it more, just like overall, but this one was my favorite. But all 3 were 5 stars, and this was my favorite, 4.75 star. Could have been a 5, just a little bit more information on like kind of the main point of the book, but overall incredible, all of them. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry, it feels a little bit manic. I had to keep stopping and starting and stuff, but yeah, I hope it was enjoyable nonetheless. And stay tuned for more videos to come, and I shall be seeing you very soon. Have a nice morning or night wherever you are in the world. Bye.